Okay, welcome to some 0k action. We'll just start or rather get over to the game right now actually. There we go. So yeah, this is actually being live streamed at the same time. This is the, of course, a live analysis and commentary of the 1v1 tournament for September. I'm not really sure what bracket or whatever this is actually up to. But yeah, the two belligerents here are going to be Fealthas versus Orfelius. So let's see how Orfelius does. Starting off with jump jets and it's interesting. Oh, okay, didn't actually have anything queued up there. Anyway, starting off with a couple of puppies, vicious little things, and yeah, it looks like Fealthas is going to be starting off with a conjurer of a conjurer, should I say, first, and then going to glaives. So a bit more of a economic start, yeah, going for a quick radar. Okay, interesting. He's not going for a defender first, given the fact that he's starting off with a builder. But we'll see what happens, though. And yeah, Fealthas has got his economic commander, and Orfelius has got some sort of recon commander. Just freaking down. I'm not entirely familiar with their commanders, so what can he do? Orfelius is... God, I gotta love that name, actually. I just love saying it. Orfelius is starting off with no radar for some reason. It's definitely starting off with a little bit more of a raiding force. His initial puppy does get taken out though by the glaive of Fealthas. So yeah, good micro there, microing up the hill and that, and yeah, he's going to have one glaive coming over just to scout out his base, and there we go. He's going to see pretty much everything really. Die a horrible death, but still that glaive was well, it did its duty. I don't know what the commander was doing there, just leaving it there for a few seconds. Where he's going to be building up a bit as well. Finally building up a radar right here. Radar here for Fealthas, and yeah, I actually played on this map before for my brackets or whatever. Yeah. When I was playing against the Sponge, and of course I built my radar back here like a freaking moron, and of course I had like a giant radar shadow behind these hilly bits, but oh well, what can you do? Should be interesting indeed, actually, just to see what these two stalwart warriors are going to pull out against each other. Definitely not as big of a raider heavy game as, or rather, they're not swarming raiders like the Sponge did to me for my games, so yeah, it should be a bit different at the very least, to say the least. And yep, good job repairing the Lotus as well, making sure it doesn't get burned out as well. And again, going with another Conjurer, despite the fact that this one's idle actually. What are they going to be doing? Okay, this was going to be building, this was going to be scouting. These guys not really doing too much. This glaive is just going to be hanging around waiting for the builder to come in unassisted, and no, he's not going to do that just yet. In fact, there's a couple of puppies to act as forward scouts, presumably, and yeah, they'll be able to take out the glaive just fine and dandy, unless if Fealthas manages to micro that like a pro. We'll see what happens though. Some rather heavy defenses being sold out by Fealthas though. Interesting, because yeah, if we just have a look at that, yeah, pretty much the entire map is bot pathable. Obviously these steeper bits, they won't be able to path up as quickly, but they can still go up and down. So putting those two laser towers there, LLTs, doesn't really make too much of a doesn't really make too much of a difference. I mean, they can barely even cover this bloody mix, let alone, you know, pretty much anything else. So I guess he just wants to set up a bit of a strong point here, and then maybe use that as a bit of a catapulting point to go over to Orfelius's base. We'll see what happens though. In case both players do have radar, and yeah, can pretty much see everything that's happening in the middle. Going to see those glaives coming in as well for Orfelius. At the same time though, actually, I don't think Fealthas is going to spot this attack up here. Oh no, he will actually, because of this radar, so managing to just barely see over, and yeah, he's going to be spotting the pyros grouping up, so I should be able to prepare for that, although he does not have much in terms of defenses. A couple of defenders, single Lotus at the back, it's not going to be enough. He's going to have to send up a bit more. And yeah, already going to be switching over to Zeus's. Yeah, they're pretty handy counter against pyros, bizarrely enough, even though pyros are meant to be bloody raiders. But anyway, problem is that they cost so much as well, though. But then again, pyros are pretty expensive raiders as well. I believe they actually, do they cost more than 220? I can't remember how much a Kodachi costs. In any case, he's going with Zeus's, and he's not actually using repeat build. What about Orfelius? Yeah, he is actually using repeat build. He's going to be repeating 1 pyro for every 2 puppies. And here we go. Here come his pyros right now. He won't even lose one of them. Wow, okay. That was surprising, apparently. Oh no, never mind. One of them getting taken out. I think that was due to friendly fire though. I'm pretty sure he survived the actual missile strike. But there we go. 2 defenders. I'm pretty sure they were focusing fire as well on that 1 pyro. Not enough to take him out. I'll be damned. Bad move for the Zeus? Possibly. We'll see what happens though. I mean, glaives, it would be very tricky to use glaives against these guys simply because they can jump up and down these slopes. And while, you know, glaives can follow them, they'll be following them much more slowly. Warriors are better than warriors against pyros. That's an interesting little statements to make, to say the least. Warriors are better than warriors. Trying to come up with a bit of a logic error there, it seems. But yeah, that aside, yeah, they would be better, almost certainly versus pyros. And yeah, I think glaives would probably not really cut it though. Still though, managing to yeah, stop the assault dead in its tracks, and that's mostly because Orfelius sent 1 pyro, then the other one, and yeah, usually it doesn't work out sending them in piecemeal like that. And yeah. Wasn't too surprising, the actual outcome of that. Indeed. Ouch. Taking a bit of a laser blast to the face there, but still interesting that Fealthas is going with this. He's going for a defensive creep strategy as far as I can see, and he's got level 1 light particle beam, current parriers at nanowave. And Orfelius is going to be morphing up as well, despite the fact that his commander is actually a bit damaged. So we'll see what happens though. It does seem to be a bit of a defense creep though, we'll see. I mean, now Fealthas' commander's not doing anything. He could, well, actually, probably should not be supporting this attack, actually. It'd be a little bit risky to do, although it's, well, he has upgraded his commander. He could, at the very least, you know, act as like, as an armoured and armed builder unit, basically to repair these guys as they fight in the field. That's definitely come in handy. But nope, he's just going to be building up defences. Why not, eh? So yeah, just building a nice little straight little line. Had a bit of a brief skirmish here as well that I missed, unfortunately. Yeah, it would be, actually. Well, actually, 2 LLTs isn't too bad. But, okay, yeah, we got undefended, pretty much undefended expansions there. Still good job by Fealthas, actually, raiding out Orfelius and striking him where it hurts. So 2 glaives managing to force... Yeah, so that's 50 metal, 1, 2, 4, 6... 300... metal worth of puppies, and these guys are like 65 metal each, so that's not too bad actually, given that these puppies for Orfelius, they're not giving chase for some reason. I don't know why. Very strange indeed. Well, in any case, Orfelius definitely not out just yet. Just have a look at their income at the bottom right there. It's relatively even. Fealthas definitely does have the army advantage, and definitely has the defense advantage. And yeah, he's doing hit and run attacks of his Zeus's, apparently. And it's actually not working too bad. Simply because of, he's basically using this as a strong point for these guys to retreat to. Very nicely done. Oh, speaking of which, got the commander upgraded, light particle beam, auto repair system. How original. And at the 8:20 minute mark, we've actually got a relatively early air switch for Fealthas as well, actually. So, it's probably going to be the killing blow, really. In fact, yeah, there goes the commander for Orfelius, and yeah, there goes much of his army value, in fact, to 5k to 2.4k. Oh, actually, I also missed out on the air switch by Orfelius as well. So he actually does have a few bombers. I don't think he's actually revealed them yet, though. I don't think he has, but he's probably going to reveal it soon. He does actually, he's switching over from bomber production to Swifts, just to stop those bombers from dealing so much damage. And at the same time, Fealthas does not have anything happening with the airplane plants, so it's possible he might actually be trying to force a bit of a overreaction in terms of anti-air by Orfelius. We'll see what happens though. It's very curious the way he's handling things, because it definitely does have plenty of makeshift anti-air here. Doesn't really have too much anti-air here though, and he's building a fusion reactor right in the middle of all this as well. Definitely going to be very well, he does have 3 LLTs around it, or Lotuses, but yeah, he's Gotta watch out though, this is very close to various other things, and it would at least blow up this stuff here. Possibly this mix as well, if it was destroyed, and at the same time, yep, the Swifts from Orfelius are going to, they're going to spot everything here as well, and they're going to see that there's not really much in terms of anti-air defenses in Fealthas' base actually. He only has 3 bombers, and that's not going to be enough. No, actually 800, 1600. Actually, it might be enough versus the fusion reactor. Well, we'll find out. I think that's exactly where he's sending him. No, he's sending him towards the caretaker. No. Okay, he's actually going to be redirecting him, and very nicely done, actually. Basically turning the game around with that one single bomber strike. Could have microed his bombers a little bit better, actually, so they wouldn't go through the defenses, but I mean, they're still alive. It's just going to take them a bit longer to get healed up. Very, very nice air raid indeed, actually, just as I managed to capture that. And not only that, he's actually got air superiority as well due to these... he's got air supremacy, basically, due to his Swifts as well. So, yeah, they're just going to be mopping up a bit. Even the Razor, actually, was not finished. Only 80%. Yeah, very close to being finished, actually. So, yeah, things are definitely hotting up between the two of them, to say the least. So yeah, both of them running neck and neck now, a bit of an asymmetric warfare scenario as it were. Fealthas having quite a bit in terms of ground control, and ground defences especially, while at the same time Orfelius, he's got the air. So yeah, it's going to be mobility versus good old-fashioned ground-based firepower. We'll see how it works out though. Definitely could be anyone's game at this point. Yeah, Fealthas, as you can see, he definitely could do a little bit more in terms of actual mobile anti-air. He's got some decent, static AA set up, except at his base though. He really should be... he's going to be building up a caretaker first, of course. But yeah, he's got some decent light static AA set up in the middle, as well as an MLT, or Stinger. I keep using their balanced annihilation abbreviations. But, yeah, actually, no, even there's just got a Razor. It doesn't really have too much in terms of real dedicated anti-air though, and you really should be finishing this as quickly as possible, which he is gonna do. Eco-OP indeed. Actually, what is their oh, I see. Yeah, Fealthas' income is through the roof compared to Orfelius. God damn. So even though Orfelius does have command of the air, it's probably not going to do him too much good, unless if he can inflict another major blow, which he actually should be able to do. I mean, a couple of gremlins and the Razor. I mean, the Razor is going to be a bit of a pain, but really it's not really that good versus planes. And in fact, given its angle, if he approaches it at the right angle, so around here, I think he might be able to bomb the factory out and get engaged by the Razor just at the last minute due to the due to the angle there. Factory, I think I might be blocking it partially. But yeah, either that or could just go for the airplane plant. Good target, so I could just go for a general raid. We'll see what happens. Not too much in terms of anti-air here either. Yeah, actually, I've noticed that Orfelius has been making a mistake a few times now, actually. He keeps sending in his ground forces up against quite a bit of pork, or ground defences, and it doesn't quite work out. Hopefully he's going to learn very quickly, but nope, he's just going to resign. So that's the first game on Contested Canyon, in case I haven't mentioned that earlier, and yeah, I shall see you all for the next game, hopefully.